everybody? Welcome back. Episode 32. It's been like 3 weeks. We are back. Brewed Opinions. We've had a lot going on. KT, what's happening?
Oh man, it's been a roller coaster with vacation time and people visiting afterwards and getting back to work. Been a long couple of weeks, but we are back.
Yeah, we're back. Sorry, everybody. We 3 weeks away, vacation, new job, all sorts of stuff happening. But we're back. We've missed a lot of big time things happening in the wrestling world. We're going to talk about as much as we can think of in this episode. But man,
So
KT,
much, yeah. So hopefully we touch on it all, but we
yeah,
may miss
I don't
some
even
things, but we'll
know.
get to it.
I can't even remember. I think we previewed Saturday Night Main Event, but I mean, we had Goldberg's final match. We had an injury to Seth Rollins, which I don't know if anybody knows the truth about that. I have some theories about that. We've got, you know, a huge wrestling weekend last weekend with, you know, Saturday Night Main Event. You had a Great American Bash in NXT. You had the WWE Women's Pay-Per-View Evolution, which had some good matches in there. You had All In, AEW All In, which I think stole the weekend. I think AEW is in a good place right now for the first time in a long time. But WWE, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's not good. It's not good right now. SummerSlam's, they are literally throwing together the card on the fly because they only have 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, there's too many pay-per-views right now. There's too many special events. You have no time to build. You have a 2-night SummerSlam, and they are throwing this card together on the fly.
Yeah. It seems like, I don't know, like the matches and stuff have all been good, and there's like good stories within stories, but they keep doing this to us, and then we end up something happening, and we're like, fuck, they knew what they were doing all along. So I guess we just got to stay on this ride and see what's
Yeah.
going on. But the Monday and Friday shows, like, they just seem like there's no effort put into them, man. Like, it's like there's effort put into one spot in the whole thing, and the rest of the card is just like, I don't know. Just does seems like stories are all over the place. I mean, I was just thinking today about like I was actually excited for Damien that it seems like him and Alistair are gonna have something coming up. Like, and it's like
Yeah, they've
here's
been
a
kind
guy
of
a year
pushing
ago
that.
we were talking about, or 6 months ago was like the headline of everything in WWE, and he's been like buried at the bottom of the card. It feels like.
Well, I mean, there's really nothing there for him. I
I
mean,
know.
after his feud with Drew, and Judgment Day has kind of been thrusted back into a spotlight ish because I think Dominic is so beloved by the fans, even though
Yeah.
he's booed, but he's booed because they love him.
Yeah.
But I think that there's a potential huge storyline on the horizon with Finn and Dominic. I think Liv getting hurt really changed those plans because then they've had to insert Roxanne. But it's like you can see every episode. It's like they've got Liv's picture in the background,
Yeah.
and Finn keeps poking the bear,
Right.
and now you have AJ's involvement with his. When is he going to get his chance to fight Dominic? And Dominic's got the doctor's note that says I'm not cleared. And AJ's kind of given us some comic relief, which you don't normally see from AJ.
Yeah.
Um, I still think that all roads lead to a massive Finn Dominic situation. I thought maybe as soon as SummerSlam,
But probably gonna be
but
prolonged.
now we might be looking at WrestleMania for another 6-month build.
Because
But
I think you're right, like with Finn poking the bear and like and the new girl there, what's her name?
Roxanne, yeah.
Yeah, how like they're kind of teasing that with Dominic and her, with Liv being out of the spotlight, and
It,
so Liv's gonna
it's
have to be a part
almost
of all that when it comes to it.
it's almost like a Rhea Liv kind of rehash in different
Right.
things because Rhea got hurt and then
Yep.
Liv stole the show and then but I don't know how we got talking Judgment Day as the first thing on this
Hey, we
podcast
go, we
because
go.
there are some really big stories going on and Judgment Day took the key. But I think it's just because it speaks for like we love Dominic, we love Finn. Like you talked about on this
And
pod
it's been a
about
constant thread for them. I mean, the Judgment Day's been going on for a long time now. Like,
Yeah, and it's gone through some changes. I mean, people seem to forget this thing started with Edge.
yeah,
Edge was the first guy.
right.
And, you know, they turned on him quickly because they wanted to go on a different direction. And I think they got rumblings that Edge wasn't going to re-sign with the company, so they had to pivot. But they pivoted in a really good way, and Damian and Rhea carried it for a long time. And now with the popularity of Dominic, they said, you know, he's big enough that he can carry this.
Yeah,
And Liv has been the unspoken most valuable person in the company over the last couple of years. You know, she's kind of taken a step back, but I guess 2000, late 2023, all of 2024, it was Liv Morgan that was carrying, and she had toe to toe with Rhea, which
yeah,
physically isn't there,
yeah,
but she held her own, and that storyline was compelling. One of the better moments at I get that was last year's SummerSlam, wasn't
yeah.
it? Yeah,
That's
when Dominic finally turned.
I mean,
So
and they're still relevant too because like they're carrying. Well, they got the tag belts and they got um
they got
what
the
does
women
Dominic have?
and
The
the men. They
Intercontinental
got the
belt.
women and the men's tag belts and the IC belt.
Yeah,
So if you remember last year's SummerSlam, it was the end of Judgment Day.
yeah,
Dom turned, Finn turned on Damian, cost him the belt. Like that was the end of Judgment Day 1 year ago. And
yeah.
now look at them. They're maybe more popular with different people. Well, a
and
couple.
and yeah, and in a bigger faction to boot, you know.
Yeah. And do we see something this SummerSlam that sets up where they're going with Finn? And do we see
Probably,
your fantasy booking of the Bullet Club and things like
yeah.
that?
We'll see.
I mean, we know AJ and Dominic are gonna. I mean, they have to fill 2 nights of this card, and they have to do it in 3 weeks, which is just stupid. It's a
Right,
part of the problem. Like
and
with
we're just
throwing,
finally starting to get like we now know who the Gunther's facing is going to be Punk, which we got to definitely get into all this because
yeah.
someone
Well, I mean,
returned.
yeah. If we talk about like the women, just to stick with Judgment Day real quick, Dominic and AJ is probably going to happen. Um, I don't think it's official, but it's probably going to happen. You got to think 2 nights. They've got to come up with 12 to 14 matches. That's a lot.
Right,
Um, the
those
women's
tag
belts,
belts will be on the line, so
yeah, they've
Judgment Day is going
already
to be a big part of
announced,
SummerSlam.
the women's tag going against with the surprise team out of nowhere, Alexis and Charlotte,
Yep,
which I think Charlotte really needed this because you're seeing kind of almost like a comedic side to Charlotte because when she came back with the whole Tiffany thing, like it wasn't the
working.
fans did not accept it. And now you're starting to see her away from the belt picture. You're starting to see like a real side of Charlotte, which I don't think anybody knows. She did a great interview with Undertaker and Undertaker's wife, and you saw kind of a different side of Charlotte, which I think is what's needed right now. Um,
Yep,
and I think this little Alexis Bliss, this "we're not friends" thing is actually pretty funny, and
yeah,
it's going pretty good. And honestly, they're probably going to win the belts at SummerSlam. It
right,
makes because there's no reason to keep the belts on Raquel and Roxanne, who was just basically given the belt because Liv got hurt. Like I can
right.
totally see that moving. And then I don't know if they've quite determined who's going to wrestle Finn and JD.
I don't think so, not
If
yet.
they did, I'm missing it. I may have missed it. But you know, the whole Raw side of things, we had finally a big moment. I mean, what did
Yeah.
we have? It's been 3-4 months, and we finally got the return of the OTC to probably one of the biggest pops I've heard on TV in a long time.
Oh yeah, it was sick.
I mean, and it's just everything that the company thought that Roman could be, he now is.
Oh yeah,
It might be 5 years later than what they expected it, but what I guess you want to say, whatever Vince knew Roman could be, Triple H has made Roman. I bet you it's Triple H and Paul Heyman have made Roman that person.
yeah.
And when he
He's
came back
it.
the other night, you just know, like, dude, this dude is the company. He is
Yeah,
special. And when he's not around, shit sucks.
yeah.
You
There's, I
know,
mean, there's certain guys in every like era that carry that flag going back. I mean, I mean, you could go back to the beginning. Like, there's always one guy who's like the dude, and Roman's it. He's the Cena. He's the Rock. He's Stone Cold. He's Taker. He's Shawn Michaels. And I'll even say he may be bigger than all of them when it's all said and done. Now, I don't know
Yeah,
about how he takes a lot of time off now, but that might be because of what he went through with his health a couple years
yeah.
ago.
And I think he's probably even he's kind of got like the Brock Lesnar contract. Like
Yeah.
I'll wrestle lead up to storylines for the big events, but I'm not gonna do shit for fucking Clash at Paris or whatever they got. Like I'm not gonna do that shit.
I'm not showing up for a fucking
I'm not
Monday
gonna
night.
go to Saudi Arabia, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like he's earned it. Like the bloodline storyline I've said on this podcast is probably the second greatest storyline in the history of professional wrestling behind NWO. Maybe even better. I don't know. It's two different eras.
And the
But
cool thing about it is like that set up something to where like Solo and those boys are carrying it on, and it's away from Roman and the Usos right now. But like it can always come back. That's the cool thing about it because they're all family. But it's like cool that those guys kind of gotten away from it, and they're letting their younger generation cousins and brother and stuff lead it over here, which they're doing some cool stuff. That whole car thing
yeah,
the other night and what Solo and Fatu going, that's going to be
that
an
was
awesome match.
very SmackDown on Friday night was very Attitude Era esque.
Yeah.
Backstage, like storytelling, the car accident, the arrest of Solo, like that was like Stone Cold Rock, like when Stone Cold got hit by the car. There was like a lot of old school storytelling back there, and Fatu is so over and they're going to fight in a steel cage on SummerSlam. That's going to be good. I
And
mean,
yeah, we keep bringing up Solo, man. Solo's doing some good
he's
work,
your
man.
boy, man. He's your
I
boy.
like Solo, man. I
He's
really
gotten
do.
really good. Like he's gotten really good. He
Yeah.
really has. And having the
He plays
pieces
that
around him,
persona perfectly. Like that he's
it,
kind of a prick, but he's doing it all for his family and like
yeah,
he
it's
knows what's
it's
best. It's like it's awesome, dude.
it's definitely been like a he's grown from when he first after last year's WrestleMania when he was handed
When he
the
got
Viking
thrusted in,
stripe,
like, hey, you're the new
and he wasn't very good then. But now you could see what a year and a half has done of him being in the spotlight has done, and it's been awesome.
and being executed like we talked about at Bad Blood last year. Where was it? Not
Yeah,
Bad
I
Blood.
mean he's gotten totally like buried. I mean,
Like that one night after that when they all fought for the family or
yeah, and
whatever,
they just killed him.
and
Yeah,
they just like basically everyone did their finisher on him. It was like, man, you just buried this guy, and somehow, some way, he's like
yeah. And the
come
whole
back and
Jacob, I mean, Jake, don't sell Jacob Fatu short. I
oh
mean, I
no,
think
yeah,
he has a
no,
lot to
because
he
of
has a
Fatu
lot
as
to
well.
do with it
Yeah,
because Fatu is extremely over. The moment at Money in the Bank might have been the best moment in that entire match,
yeah.
and Fatu and Solo should be pretty good. I mean, we'll probably see something crazy happen in that match. Do we see a return of somebody? Do we see the other Tonga come back? Do we see Zilla for the first time? I mean, we've got the other guy now. I can't think of his name for the life of me, but we still don't have Zilla. Um, it could be anything. I
The
mean,
guy from New Japan, is that who you're talking about?
Zilla, he's all over the place. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think right now he's in GCW, I think. Um, but we still have, I mean, there's no tell. I mean, there's so many members of this family. Like, it's just how many of them can handle the spotlight. Like, I think there was a lot of questions about Jacob Fatu, whether he was going to play ball. And he's come on, and I mean, Triple H has to probably be pleasantly surprised. I mean, this
You
guy
know what
could
I
lose
heard was a
cancer.
cool, just speaking of Fatu and what you were talking about and how he's playing ball and stuff, is I was watching something the other day and it was because Jelly Roll's all involved and going to be involved in SummerSlam. And he was talking about how he's actually like he's moved to Florida and is training. Like he's like, this means so much to me because I've always been a wrestling fan. Like I grew up. He goes, you want to talk about how white trash we are? My family was. We went to, we went to like the independent wrestling and wherever he's from, Tennessee or Kentucky, like every Saturday night, like the local, like
Yeah.
like independent stuff. But he's saying how much it means to him that like that he's lost all the weight that he's lost and that he's doing this stuff. But he goes, one of the guys that comes in daily or like weekly with them is Fatu and just
Yeah.
works with them for like hours. And like he was just like humbled. And it was like you talking
Yeah,
about how
he's been doing pretty good. I mean, what do you got? You have him and Randy versus Drew and Logan Paul at
yeah,
SummerSlam.
that'll be
Yeah,
a
and
good
he's like throwing like that punch he threw to Logan Paul was like legit real. Like it looked good. Like
yeah.
and Logan
He's
Paul,
taking it serious. Like it was
yeah,
on McAfee, that's why. And he was talking to
it's
McAfee about
weird.
how
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like they've just thrown these things together. Like a lot of these matches for SummerSlam are thrown together, and it's because they have what 19 days to put it together, and you got to
yeah.
put together a 2 night card. And yeah, you have some things that have been going on, but like these smaller matches that you're just throwing together, like Randy, Drew, like these guys got thrown into like a gimmick match, basically.
Didn't they do something on the
Yeah, they
Kimmel
had
show the other night where
Kimmel.
Jelly Roll was hosting it and
Yeah,
they
Jelly Roll
also
put Logan Paul through a table. Yeah,
yeah.
um, but it's crazy. Like as much as we can bash WWE, it is the engine that just keeps turning, dude. It doesn't
Just
matter. Like you can, the beauty about wrestling. How long has Raw been on the air? 30 something years.
yeah.
You're not going to knock it out of the park every single week for 30 years. It's just not going to
No.
happen. And we can sit here
And you
and
can't
talk
help
about,
either when people get hurt and it throws things just
yeah.
completely
Now,
sideways.
now that brings up the next topic. You brought it up. I'm just going to, is Seth Rollins really hurt?
Right. And this isn't like trying to be like assholes or anything like that.
No.
But after the R-Truth thing and
After
where
our
we are in
truth,
social media and how they have to like keep things on like, you
the,
know,
the thing that if you're a wrestling fan and you've gone through the history of wrestling and when people actually do get hurt in the ring, they there's procedures that WWE has. You know, the ref gives that's the key right there. That there's a true injury. I don't recall seeing that. Um, when Seth takes the flip and lands, it wasn't your typical ACL, Achilles tendon type pop or anything like that. He went in the corner. LA Knight did give him the distance, which is one of the things that a wrestler would do if someone was seriously hurt. Paul Heyman over the top selling.
yeah.
I personally believe that the WWE is trying to swerve us, like the R-Truth thing, and it's setting up for an unbelievable cash in that no one's going to expect.
And
Now,
Seth's been known for his unbelievable cash-ins because he's got one of the most memorable cash-ins of
he's
all
got one
time.
of the most memorable cash ins ever. Now, the thing that's a little, following the nights after social media posts, okay, like he hasn't had surgery yet. He makes an appearance on the Rich Eisen show and talks about how they're inconclusive at this point. My fact is, dude, if you tore your ACL, you're under the knife very
Immediately.
quickly because
Yeah.
of the time frame.
Right.
It used to
They
be
say
a
the quicker you
year.
get the
Like,
surgery, the quicker you
yeah,
heal.
it used to be a year. Now guys are coming back even faster just because of
Yeah.
technology. But
Now
like,
ACLs are like nothing. Like,
yeah, I mean, I remember Adrian Peterson. He was back in like 6 months, and everybody's like, "What?"
yeah.
But like,
No,
the
Seth
thing,
does have like a injury history with his knees and everything
yeah,
like that. But
that's why I'm like, why hasn't he had surgery yet? Why are they being so vague about it?
maybe
Um,
he just needed some time off because he's been going strong for.
yeah, I just, you know, I don't believe it.
And trust
Um,
us, if Seth really did hurt himself, we want a full recovery, we want him back.
yeah.
But we're in this new era now where we're like, I don't believe shit that they say anymore because
Well,
they
the
have
funny
to do
thing
it
is,
this
dude,
way.
if he really did get hurt, that really fucks a lot up
Yeah.
because their stories probably told well past WrestleMania,
Oh yeah.
written well past WrestleMania, and if he really did get hurt, has to be an extremely quick pivot
Yeah.
because Braun is okay. He's just
Hey Jay,
not
here's another
ready.
little Easter egg too. Is like, how come Braun didn't win the other night? Like
Yeah,
LeBron had a strong segment where he won all those matches until he got to Punk, but he dropped it to Punk. If Seth was really hurt, I would think that they'd still want to go in that direction with Braun instead of CM Punk because you got to still keep building
yeah.
Braun with Heyman, which means to tell me that what an ultimate cash in is if CM Punk beats Gunther for the belt.
So let's talk about this. So we have Gunther Punk now, the OTC returning, which that's probably going to be Braun Brunson versus Roman J.
Probably, yeah.
That was probably because I mean, where else are you going to put Roman? You put him in, because he picked up Jay. He didn't pick up CM Punk.
Right.
He picked up Jay, and they gave that little yeah, we're family still type.
And he came back and basically fucked those two, Brunson and Braun up.
Yeah. So
So
CM
yeah, you
Punk,
can
I can
see that
totally
being a
see.
match. You can see that being a match at
Yeah.
SummerSlam.
And CM Punk Gunther will probably be the final match. Well, I don't know because you got Cena,
Cody street fight.
Cody. So I don't know. I mean,
Well,
what's going to
I think
happen?
both nights. One night will be the Punk Gunther. Next Sunday night will probably be
Hey, don't be surprised they don't put that women's match there either because of
okay.
how
What
Rhea.
Saturday night or
Yeah, because I mean Rhea and Io, that Evolution main event was one of the best women's matches that's happened in a long
and
time.
that's what a triple threat with Naomi.
It's a triple threat with Naomi. I honestly think that they're getting that off of Naomi quick. I think they had to cash her in. I think they got backlash because it just was not a popular win at all. In my opinion, Naomi just doesn't have. She just doesn't have the ability to be the champion. She's just. I'm just not a fan. And I think Rhea and Io are the class of the women's division at this point. When
Yeah,
it
they
comes to
said that
wrestling.
Evolution
The
match. I
only
mean,
thing,
even the GM the other night came out and was like, "What you guys did at Evolution was to Io and
absolutely.
was like magic." You know,
The thing that it just gets me a little disappointed is the lack of English that Io can speak or the heavy accent. Like I think that's really, if she just could speak a little bit more clear and the fans could understand her a little bit, I think it could be something very special. I think that part of it really does hold that situation back.
holds the character back from like really connecting with the fans. I guess I should say, right?
Yeah, and she already does connect with the fans just because of
Right.
her ability. But wow, we sidetracked. Um, Punk versus Gunther, probably going to be pretty good.
Oh yeah.
And is that where Seth cashes in? Or does Seth cash in on the other side?
I don't think he's gonna catch. I don't think Seth's catching on that. He always seems to go for this belt,
Yeah, it's his
the
belt.
Gunther belt.
I mean, I still think that we need to have a Seth Finn Balor situation, down the road because Finn was the first one to hold that belt, and
Right.
he had to give it up.
Yeah.
But I think that side of the Raw side is, okay. SmackDown, with the contract signing the other night, typical wrestling writing 101. Gonna sign the name of the other guy. You're gonna sign the name with his hand. I mean, everybody on the planet could see what was about to happen. Um,
You starting
I
to see Cody get a little bit. Is Cody going to the dark side?
Street fight. I mean, do we see a Rock appearance? Do we see? I mean, I hope that they never bring Travis Scott back to you know.
Yeah.
I think the WWE got the message loud and clear about the Travis Scott thing. But what do we? I mean, is Cena's not? Is he gonna? He's not gonna lose yet. Is he gonna lose at all? We talked about him not losing. Um, what happens with that side of the thing? I don't think anybody saw them fighting that fast. I mean, I know Cody won the King of the Ring, and that's what he was supposed to get is that match. Um, just like Jade's getting her match
Mhm.
against who's she fighting? I can't even remember who she's fighting. Jade and Tiffany Stratton. But it's just typically they're just throwing the card together. Like they
Yeah.
were announcing matches on that Monday night after Saturday Night Main Event. Like they were just pulling them out of a hat. They're just saying, "Oh yeah, this match is going to happen. This match is going to happen." And then all of a sudden, Jelly Roll shows up, and this match is formed, and this match is formed, and you're just like, "Okay,
It's like you said, as cool as it is there's so much wrestling going on. It almost feels like when you're having all these, like, I mean, with the Saturday Night Main Events now again, and I mean, it's like shit. I feel like every 2 weeks there's a fucking main event thing going on, or PLE or whatever the hell they're calling it these days. But you know what I mean? And it's like, holy shit, there's no time for build up of like good stories, which is what we love about it. It's what most fans love about it. But I guess it's
I
like you said, it's the engine that doesn't stop fucking running, man. That they just go go go. So
I think it's like I think that they are cannibalizing themselves in a way where there's so much content being pushed out, you don't have time to tell a real story for the second largest show of the year, SummerSlam.
mhm.
Two
Right,
nights. I mean, they're gonna do MetLife Stadium. Um, they're gonna. I don't even know if they're gonna sell it out.
both nights,
It's gonna be hot as shit.
hot
Outdoors,
as shit, dude.
July,
And
August.
it's a real deal with how expensive the ticket prices are, dude.
It's starting to affect it. I mean, apparently Saturday Night Main Event wasn't sold out. WWE Evolution wasn't sold out. Um, it's it's expensive. It's expensive.
When you want to take a family of four or something, man, and it doesn't matter. Even if you make good money, you like start, and you got to travel. I mean, when you put the traveling on top of it too, like if you want to fly your family up there, hotel
Yeah.
rooms are outrageous, and then ticket prices being 1,500 to two. It's like for fucking upper deck seats. Like,
Yeah.
man, just stay home and watch it on TV with and have a party.
Much much better. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be SummerSlam. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's certainly a thrown together card. We'll get more into like the preview of SummerSlam or whatever. But like, what else did we miss in while we were out? I guess Goldberg's last match. Give me
Yeah,
a break. Like I think,
I could give a shit. I didn't
and
care.
he's all pissed off and complaining to WWE because his speech at the end got cut off. And I don't know if you listened to his interview with Ariel Helwani, but
No.
he is a whining
Because I
bitch.
don't give a shit about Goldberg. I don't think
Yeah.
he should have even been brought back. No one needed to see him one more time either.
You know what the
Sorry
funny
about it.
thing is Gunther just made him have his best match in 22 years.
Yeah, I actually
It was
they said,
it was his longest match in 22 years. They said,
and no
and it
one
was
got
because of
hurt.
Gunther.
And no one
Yeah.
got hurt.
No, the referee did. The referee broke his ribs. Did you see that? Bret Hart is right? Yeah, the guy, what's his name, the little Nate or whatever, he's got his rib broke because he took a spear from
So I
Goldberg.
guess we can't. Hey, it's a Goldberg match after all. So there
Yeah,
we go.
but it's like I don't know why they did that. I really don't. I don't.
They do
And I
that
don't
shit
know,
all the
like,
time.
I don't
We
know what
talked
was
about it.
planned for that. Like, if Seth Rollins really did get hurt at Saturday Night Main Event, was there something bigger planned that we didn't get because of that injury?
Right.
Or was that just everything?
Yeah.
But I hate the nostalgia acts. I don't think the WWE needs them.
They don't need him. Bring him in, put him on a microphone, get the crowd hyped. They got to see him. Maybe do one move in the ring on someone, their famous finisher, and call it good. We don't need a match.
Yeah, Goldberg is not The Rock.
Right.
He's not Stone Cold.
I mean, and even like, I mean, as awesome as Cena's been, like when we've talked about it, like with this character and how he's like gotten to this where he is in this evolution of Cena, but it's like you can tell Cena's not the same in the ring. Like,
No.
it's just like I don't know. Like at some point too, you got to keep the wrestling good. I mean, Cena's gotten better since he's been back longer, but even when The Rock shows up in matches, it's not great.
I mean,
you know
they put him up against the best in ring wrestlers.
that carry him.
Yeah. Sorry,
That's all right, dude.
my dog was pissing me off. But no, man, it's that whole night, that whole weekend was huge for wrestling in general. But in my opinion, the show of the weekend was AEW All In.
Yeah.
We finally got some. AEW made me excited to watch their product. I was looking more forward to tuning into AEW Dynamite on Wednesday night than I was to tune into Raw or SmackDown following that weekend.
Yeah. And
Um,
Raw the other night, outside of the end of it, was shit. I mean, it wasn't anything special.
no, it hasn't been. Um, but like we finally we finally got to see the AEW World Championship belt
Yeah.
and I'll be honest with you, I did not expect the reaction from the fans. I did not expect that moment to be as powerful as it was is when Hangman took the belt out of the briefcase. When he puts it up over his head, the place went nuts. And I actually got the goosebumps when I watched it because it was like maybe Moxley had an idea and it finally like to keep that thing off of TV for as long as it was in the proverbial briefcase where nobody could see it. And the day that when Hangman
Oh,
puts,
of
and
course.
by
When
the
when
way,
that thing comes out finally, it's going to be the biggest payoff that you can
yeah,
get
and
because people want to see it. It
and
almost makes you like every week be like, "Is this the week? Is this the week? Is
yeah,
this the week?"
and Death Riders, has been a controversial storyline from everybody in the industry, whether it's been good, whether it's been bad, whether it's over, we don't know. But the Death Rider storyline and the Hangman's story, who's always kind of been hit or miss with the fans in AEW. Like
Mm.
he's been a juggernaut, then he's been bad, and then how they threw in the Swerve aspect of it, and to have Swerve Strickland throw in the chain and basically say, "Go win that championship." Like that was a huge moment with all the history that Hangman Page and Swerve have. For Swerve to just bury that and say, "This is what's best for the business." That belt needs to get off of Moxley, and I'm going to do the best I can to do that. After Swerve and Osprey put on a banger before that, like I thought that was a perfect ending of AEW All In,
Yeah.
of a great show, one of the best wrestling pay per views of the year so far.
Really,
Both companies.
that's
Um,
awesome.
the
You make me want to watch AEW now, dude.
dude, I mean, just there was so much. I mean, there was a triple main event. I mean, Tony Storm does it again. Best woman in the business at this point. Her character, Timeless Tony Storm, is so good. And her what she says on the mic, she really pushes the boundaries. I mean, she's gay. She really talks about the other wrestlers. Like it's funny. I mean, it's funny. The crowd loves it.
Yeah.
And Mercedes Moné obviously has been the hottest female wrestler since she left the WWE as Sasha Banks. She's the belt collector. She's got all the belts, and it was so great leading up that last moment on Dynamite, leading up to All In, when Tony says, "You may have all the belts, but you don't have this one," and she holds up the AEW belt, and she still doesn't have it. And Tony Storm's character, is fantastic. The promo that she cut Wednesday night from the balcony, and I love how they do black and white. I think it's fantastic. They give that old footage. Her
Mm.
gear is old vintage women's wrestling, and to set up the match with Athena, I think that's a match that's been on the way for a long time. Now that Mariah May, who Tony Storm and them had probably the best women's rivalry story in the last 10 years. Now she's in NXT, so that's never going to happen again.
Right.
But Tony Storm Athena is definitely the next match. But that triple, there's so many good things that came out of AEW Dynamite or All In, not just that main event. The hardcore match, the Texas Death match, again, Moxley's a maniac. getting slammed onto a bed of nails, poking upwards. I mean, I don't know what's going on in that dude's brain. Do we see him in it? Do we see
He's
him?
always been the unhinged one, right? That's what
Do
that
we?
is.
Does he come back to WWE at some point?
Oh, I think they all do at some point. And I mean, the great thing is if he does, it's like that Shield story can still go on forever. It's like, and that's why I really hope Seth's thing is a fake thing because with Roman back now, and if Moxley's done his time in AEW and is I don't know where his contract sits right now or what he's locked into over there, but if he does come back this Dean Ambrose. It's fucking on, man. I mean, it would be. I mean, you talk about another good year of wrestling. That would be it with those three at the top of their games. I mean,
Yeah.
to think about
I
what the
still,
WWE saw in them a long time ago, with Paul Heyman saw in them,
yeah.
starting that group back in NXT
CM
and
Punk
build.
did too. Like CM Punk has a lot to do with those guys getting
Yeah,
started. I think, yeah, I would love to see Jericho have a final run in WWE.
yeah.
Um, I did watch a recent interview where it was weird. It was Jericho was sitting around with hockey players, and it was on TNT, and
Oh
they
yeah.
were talking about their career. He was with like Chris Chelios and like all these guys, and it was weird. I'm like, why is Jericho sitting around with hockey players?
He's Canadian. He
But
probably hockey's
yeah,
probably
but
his
he was
first
talking
love.
about like he doesn't need a big farewell tour. Like he said, when he's done, he's done, and that's the only thing that scares me. Like I want to see him have another run in. Who wouldn't want to see another run of the list?
Oh, I know.
Like
Or just Jericho. He's
yeah,
been Jericho's one of the best of all time in my opinion because how he's always reinvented himself time after
yeah,
time after time. I mean, the character of Jericho from the WCW days to coming to the Y2J
yeah. The lion
to
it was a lion
yeah,
tamer. Yeah,
it's just he's unbelievable, and I would love to see him come back, even if it was a short stint. He still has some history. I mean, I know Kevin Owens is hurt right now. I heard that I saw he had his surgery, and I think everything went
yeah.
well.
He has a
Yeah.
great interview. He was on Cody's podcast.
Oh
Great,
yeah, I want to
great
see that
interview.
one. I got to start
Um,
watching. Cody's is good, huh?
it's good. Depends on the guest. Yeah,
Depends on the guest.
I
Yeah,
mean Damien's is good. I didn't care so much for his first one that he had his wife on, just because I didn't really care about the content. But like,
yeah.
he had Cody, he's had Damien on, he's had Ricky Start or Ricky Saints, but him and Cody have been longtime friends, and
I think I just saw he did one with our Truth, and I bet that Ron Killings. I bet that one's probably funny.
it probably is. Um, yeah, man, it's like another ex WWE had a huge moment, probably one of the biggest moments of the night. And this is, this chalks up to great storytelling with, Christian Cage's group and the young Nick Wayne and FTR. And they've been teasing it for a long time. And finally, Nick Wayne turned on Christian, gave him the unprettier, or whatever they call it now. And they all just started beating up Christian. And when when Cope's music hit, the place absolutely came unglued.
That's sick.
And for Edge Copeland to come out and save Christian and then to look him in the eyes and say, go find yourself. Like, are we going to see another run with Edge and Christian? I don't know what you mean. You can't call him Edge anymore, but Cope,
Cope and
that was an
Cage.
awesome moment. That was an awesome moment. One of my favorite moments of All In.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and this brings up a topic. Like, and Roman did it too. I have a problem when there is a return run-in and they don't just sprint to the ring to save their buddy.
Hmm.
They have their own moment with the fans. Your boy's getting beat up in the ring. It's not about you. You're supposed to
Right,
be
right.
saving. And Edge kind of did that. He went to one side of the stage. Is like, Christian, if you're here to save Christian, what are you doing on the stage? You know what I
Right,
mean? And
right.
Roman did it too. He slow walked out.
Roman
But
always does it.
it's
Roman
like,
always does it.
if you're coming out to save your buddy from getting his ass kicked, is that the best time to have your moment with the crowd?
No, you should be
But I
running.
mean, I
Like,
know
but
what it's for. But if you're trying to make wrestling realistic to real life,
Yeah.
wouldn't happen in real
You
life.
don't do your promo walk down the fucking
Yeah.
ramp. You get your ass in the ring and start
Like if
knocking
I'm coming
heads.
out to save you from getting
Yeah.
your ass kicked at a
Let me
bar,
pause and sign some
yeah,
fucking
I'm not going to
autographs
say,
real
hey,
quick.
what's up? Like, it's like you're getting your ass kicked at the bar and I'm going to go talk to the bartender for a minute before I come help you. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
like, that's the one, I have a problem with that. And it happens a lot. Sorry, that's a nitpick situation. But the moment with Edge coming back was awesome.
Yeah.
AEW All In knocked it out of the park, in my opinion. We've got a number one contender
And
in
that's their WrestleMania, right?
that's
All
their
in. There.
WrestleMania. That's
Yeah.
been their number one show from the beginning.
And
All
I
in.
bet they
When nobody thought they
what
could
was the
sell
attendance
10,000.
numbers? Was it big state, big arena, big?
The Arlington Park, the
Yeah.
Rangers baseball stadium. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whatever it's
Nice.
called now, the new one. I don't remember what it's called, um, but yeah, it's MJF won the casino battle royal, so he's the number one contender now.
For against Hangman.
Yeah. Uh,
So how did
well,
Moxley react on Wednesday night to losing the belt? Like, did he even
he
was he
was.
on?
They were the Death Riders were thrown into a match, so
He didn't address anything yet, or
um, it not quite to the extent yet. I just thought it was the whole thing, the whole match was well done. There was so many elements involved from everybody that's kind of the Death Riders have screwed over. Like
yeah,
they all kind of came back and bit him in the butt, and that was what made that's what you want. It was like the Cody payoff.
yep,
Everything everybody that the bloodline screwed over came back and haunted them.
yep,
And when you're telling stories to a final moment,
yep.
and those final moments have to pay off. And I thought that the main event with Cody winning the belt was probably one of the best WrestleMania main events as far as telling the story.
Mm-hmm.
Close like the Daniel Bryan winning the belt with the fans pushing him all the way there. That was an amazing moment. Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero both winning the belts. That was an amazing moment. I mean, we could go on to stories that come to it and I thought that the Death Rider belt in the briefcase story had their moment. I don't know what the future holds for the Death Riders. Are they done?
Right.
Is Moxley going to go in a different direction? That's the problem with AEW. Like they get to really good points, and then I think when they have to start over, that's where they're going to struggle for a little bit. Like the Hangman Page, I mean, it was such a cool moment when he pulled the belt out. It was
Yeah.
so awesome when he pulled that belt out.
Yeah. I don't
I
know.
didn't think it was gonna be that big, but when he pulls the belt out of the briefcase, I was like, you know what, that's fucking awesome. All the year, or however long it was with the Death Riders, it paid off in that moment because it pissed a lot of people off. The Death Riders were legit pissing people off, that story,
Yeah.
because it was like, all right, enough is enough.
Yeah.
You can only take it for so long that you have to be disappointed as a fan for a storyline to pay off. But there gets to a point where you're like, how long can you fucking do it?
Yeah. You have to pay it off at some point.
And
And
it's
it
like,
sounds
and
like
if
they
you're
did it
not,
perfectly.
and I've said it over and over again on this podcast, if you're not paying it off at your biggest shows, why are you doing it?
Right.
If your goal is WrestleMania is your Super Bowl, why are you not paying it off? And finally, they paid it off.
Yep.
But
Good deal.
there's
Good for AEW.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of good things going on. Like even in NXT, there's the whole storyline with D'Angelo and like the mafia side of the things, like that's pretty cool. I'll be honest with you, I have not paid much attention to TNA recently. I know Trick Williams is still the champion. Undertaker had some words to say about Trick Williams. I don't know if that's a storyline with his LFG guy that won, and he's trying to like get some attention on that because I guess Trick Williams he he
But
did.
is Taker over there helping them out, or
Well,
is?
no, Taker's on the LFG, the reality show, and
Oh, okay.
I think there was some kind of, I think Trick disrespected his guy that won or whatever, and like he made some comments to that. I mean, Taker's never going to wrestle again, but it's all it's going to do is help elevate Trick. Um, Joe Hendry's kind of got lost in it a little bit. So TNA was on fire 2-3
Well, it
months
seems to
ago.
be the way they always kind of.
Yeah.
There's ebbs and flows in those undercard kind of companies that.
Yeah, WWE's in a weird place right now. Like, I don't think anybody understands what's going on. Like, um, what some of the stories don't seem like Triple H is involved in, my opinion.
Yeah.
And I
On
think
the
that
main
on
roster,
everything, yeah,
on everything.
because I think that there's some things that are just stupid.
Well, we've been saying it. Like, I think like this switch to Netflix, which some people don't really care for. I think there's just so much going on the business side of things that like
It's
maybe right now the product's just being passed on to other people, but
well,
I
I
don't.
think it's. I mean, someone said I don't remember who said it. I think we're in the TKO era.
Yeah,
It's a new business.
yeah.
Um,
Well,
you're
that's the
in.
thing too. As much as we've like could shit on Vince and people get upset with the way Vince did things all the time, but man, that guy was a fucking revolutionary for wrestling altogether. And you can tell now that there's not just one voice. There's probably a whole board and all. Like when Vince was still there, Vince was everything.
Yeah.
Every fucking detail Vince had his fingerprint on. So even when things got bad, he would figure out a way to maneuver it back. Like now, if there's so many hands in the pot, it's going to be hard to
I mean,
keep.
there's a board that Dana White sits on, The Rock sits on,
Right.
the guy that owns TKO. I mean, it's a massive company, and you can say what you want. I mean, WWE is entertainment.
Mhm.
UFC is real. Like
Right.
it's they got so many. They got the slap fighting. They got
It's
which by the way, that slap shit is insane.
insane.
Um, and then boxing now, WWE is the entertainment side of things. Um, but
Oh, that's right. They're dipping their hands in boxing too, aren't they?
yeah, yeah, it's. Um, I think that SummerSlam is a big show for WWE. They have to every time we have this conversation. We have this conversation a lot. Triple H is basically like, "I got you."
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
And then he comes out and we have an unbelievable show, and you're like, God damn, they knew what they were doing all along.
Yeah. Well, they got 3 weeks to build this cards that they've thrown together. So let's build them. Let's Raw and SmackDown should be fire for the next 3 weeks leading up to SummerSlam.
You would
You
hope
got a
so.
2 night event. It better pay off. It better not be a doozy. And
I
the
think,
matches will be good. I'm not talking about that, but
yeah, I
if it's
think
just
tomorrow,
this one wins, like set shit up for the rest
I
of the
think
year.
tomorrow night is extremely important. I think the feel of tomorrow night, you're going to know if Seth is really hurt or not.
Yeah,
Because what's next for, I mean, or they're just going to go to the Braun Brunson versus Jay Roman and just not even talk about Seth. And then for
yeah,
him to cash in.
right. He just shows up with the briefcase at the end of that match and cashes in, which would be fucking.
I just thought it was
There's
funny
your
how
moment.
I thought it was
There's your
funny how
moment.
I thought it was funny how Paul Heyman carried the briefcase out.
Yeah,
Still, Seth wasn't there, and he's
yeah.
carrying.
I did notice that he's
Yeah,
carrying.
but
And
there's details like
I
that.
saw something, but I didn't watch it. But Heyman gave like a thing, it was on YouTube or something, but it was a WWE thing, like a planned promo about Seth's injury. But I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. I don't
Well,
know if
they
you.
talk about it early in the show. Him and they were in the backstage, and they addressed it, but nothing was given. No information was given, which was I was like, okay, something's weird. But everything WWE does, especially with Paul Heyman's reactions on Monday night when Roman came out were so good. His
Oh
facial
yeah,
expressions are so good. And it was like he everything he does, there's a purpose behind it.
Yep.
We talked about this the night that really captured the world when he called when he came out and announced CM Punk being the 5th member of the Survivor Series match. When he came out with the red shirt, like there's details that Paul Heyman does on purpose, and him carrying the briefcase out there, his reactions tell a bigger story, and just listen to his words.
Yep.
When he gives his words have meaning. They might be deep meanings, but everything he says has a meaning to it.
Yeah.
He strategically says cryptic things.
Yep. Yeah, he's one of the best little mics, man.
He's one of the best minds. I'm going to
Wrestling
go out
minds.
on a limb and say he's one of the best wrestling minds in the history of this business.
Oh yeah.
He revolutionized a company and a style of wrestling that nobody thought would ever make it.
And you
Still to
can
this day, fans chant ECW in arenas. That is insane to think about.
And you can tell too what storylines he has his hands on the main roster because they're the good ones.
Yeah.
They're always the good ones, man.
Yeah.
Whoever he's helping, even backstage or whatever writing room he's a part of, like those ones
There
are
is a
always.
reason why Braun Breaker is with Paul Heyman right now.
Oh yeah, and him constantly
because
saying the next big thing.
and
Like
dude,
him or hate him, Braun Breaker's gonna be.
So I'm glad you just said that. This piggies back on exactly what I just said about how words have meaning that come out of Paul Heyman's mouth.
Did you hear him drop Steiner the other night too?
Yeah, I did. But more importantly, who was the first next big thing?
Oh,
Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
Why does Paul Heyman drop that catch line? Meaningful.
Yep.
Meaningful. Just remember that. There was a reason why Paul Heyman dropped the next big thing.
Yep.
Because if Brock Lesnar, it does have a possibility of coming back. I know that there's some legal things going on with the Vince McMahon lawsuit, and Brock has been implicated in that. So I'm sure that has to be cleared up for any way that he ever comes back. But there was a reason why Paul Heyman said the next big thing.
Yeah.
Because the first big thing, who he always said the next big thing, is Brock Lesnar.
And out of all those guys, out of all the guys that are Heyman guys, who's Heyman's guy? Brock Lesnar. You know?
More than Punk. Brock is Heyman's guy. And why does they never refer to Braun Breaker being a Steiner?
Mm-mm.
That's the first time I've heard the actual Steiner
on WWE TV. Yeah,
in a long time. So there was a lot of meaning to that promo. But I thought it was very interesting. I'm so glad that you said that because when he said that in the ring, it caught my attention. And then when I was just talking about it, and then you said it, I was like, that's right. The Brock Lesnar line is, I would not mind seeing a Brock Braun down the road.
Yeah.
Like,
well, and it, like you said, like when he dropped Steiner and he was saying it to Gunther, he was like, he's a Steiner, which, you know, and it's like, that meant something. Whatever it means something, you know, like.
It's, there was meaning behind that. There really was.
Yeah.
Gunther's so good, dude, by the way. Gunther's
awesome.
If you think about 10 years ago when Gunther was Walter, when he was in NXT Europe, and he was overweight, like to see how he's transformed. Like if you go back and look at a picture of Walter from 10 years ago, Gunther looks like he's lost 100 pounds. And like to see where he is now, and they're trusting Gunther in situations where you put Goldberg in Gunther's hands. Like, that's a lot of trust from the hierarchies of WWE to say, we're going to let you wrestle somebody that you're going to have to carry the entire match for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just thought that the amount of trust that they're giving Gunther right now, I don't see him losing the belt I mean, other than maybe a cash in. I mean, there could be a lot of scenarios that happen at SummerSlam. There could be a
Right.
failed cash in. Do we see Brock Lesnar? Does he come back and say, no, there is no next big thing? I
Yeah.
am the big thing.
Right. Right.
And
Right. Right.
does Seth come and try to cash in, and Brock comes out and prevents the whole thing from happening? And now you have Brock versus the group we still don't have a name for?
Yeah.
I mean, here we go. This is fantasy booking. We do
Fantasy
this
book.
all the time. We book it, and then when it doesn't happen, we're like, this is bullshit.
Hey, speaking of Gunther, I was just thinking of our boy Ludwig. Was he El Grande
Yeah,
Americano 2 Monday
100%.
nights ago?
100%. And
Yeah,
they
I
even
thought
said,
so.
American Made even said it. He goes, oh no, that was Ludwig Kaiser. I don't know where they're going with that. I don't know what they're going. I don't know where they're going with that
Because when I
story.
saw him come out, I was watching 2 weeks ago. It was like, yeah, it was 2 Mondays ago, and I'm like, that's not Gable.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
could tell the
I was like,
muscle
it
mass
looks
was.
very much like Ludwig's,
Yeah.
like in the
Well,
way he
then
was moving.
American Made addresses it and says it was Ludwig.
Oh,
So
okay.
I don't know where that's another injury that happened that kind of screwed things up. There's a lot of injuries that happened that kind of
Who's
derail.
hurt? Gable?
Gable's hurt, yeah. And I thought they were going to do it as a storyline. So, but I guess he really is hurt because, but I don't know what, like, there's a lot of injuries going on right now. A lot of
Yeah.
people got hurt. Um, but, we didn't even talk about, the push that freaking Cross is getting.
Yeah.
Uh, Cross is finally getting a little push, which I
Yeah.
like it. He deserves it.
Yeah. He's
He
got
had
this
a
thing going
nice,
with Sammy right now, right?
yeah. I don't know what's going to happen if they're going to fight
Which
again.
Sammy's a great guy to like get him moving.
Yeah.
Like
Well, Carrion he's way more than what he's being
oh, I
given.
know, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying like Sammy's a good starting point to like whatever
Yeah.
run they're gonna give him. Let him get through Sammy. Sammy can carry any kind of like mid card story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sammy's just one of those guys that's like, hey, we need someone to fill in here. Go get
Yeah.
Sami Zayn. He's gonna make the story
Yeah.
great. He's gonna
He's like Kevin Owens, man. They
yeah
just whatever. But no, I mean, I think we got a good horizon coming. Hopefully, SummerSlam is good. You know, this was nice, KT. It's been a while.
I know, bud.
I know we haven't. I mean, we've kind of been out of touch on a lot of things. PWR, our local show. I think in the near future we're going to have the champ on,
Yeah.
Alejandro Bravo. I've been in communication with him a little bit, and we're going to have him on the show. The new PWR heavyweight champion, the
Yeah.
angriest man alive in wrestling, and he is fresh on his Kick Your Fucking Head Off tour, and he is taking names and it and and I want to hear from him the details of how he got fired and rehired and is now the champ. I want to
Exactly.
hear what kind of stuff he's got with Diva D, how he got that to happen. He won an amazing match at Ascension, but PWR is happening. They have a new uh, champion from the Royal Rumble match that they had. Um, it's the we got Unnatural Causes in the house. They got their brand new belts.
Yep.
Um, they had a nice defense at Ascension. All those matches are posted on YouTube, so check those out if you haven't. Um, but
Yeah, in
we're
the next
kind of been,
episode, maybe we can recap a little bit of what happened there. And
yeah. We want to get. We've just been out for 3 weeks, and there's several people we want to hear from PWR. We haven't heard from Forrest since his trip to Tennessee, so we want to get him. But Alejandro Bravo, the new PWR champion, heavyweight champion, we are definitely going to have him on this show. We've been in contact with a lot of people to line up. I know that Kyle Steele has some words that he wants to talk about. He wants to respond to his nemesis Forrest Nystrom. So we want to give him that opportunity to do it right here on the show.
yep.
And what his status is and why he was in Seattle with Diva D. Like
Oh, I know.
what's going on? He's got a
Shenanigans.
lot of questions to answer. A lot of questions to answer. This Kyle Steele, I don't know. We got to check him out.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things going on. We might hear from actually some of the guys. One of the main commentators, producers over at Riot Wrestling. Been in contact with him. So we're going to start touching base. We're going to get back into it. We're sorry that we've been out for a little bit, but life happens, busyness happens. But we're back. Episode 32 in the books, KT. 32 episodes, man.
Yeah.
Feels like we just
good.
started.
I know. It's getting better and better. We've got a better look now. We got all kinds of stuff
we can actually do. Yeah, right when we said, hey, we can bring a lot more content, we go off for 3 weeks.
We go out for
Sorry,
3 weeks.
But no, we're happy to be back, and episode 32. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Just kind of recapping the last 3 weeks of what's been going on in the world of wrestling. But one thing that never changes is how we end the show, KT. And the great word, Jackie Moon.
ELE, everybody love
everybody. Everybody love everybody.